Ways to maintain the health of the lungs. Many people neglect their health unintentionally, and because the lungs are one of the most important parts of the body on which life is based, it must be preserved in a number of ways. In the event that the lungs are damaged, the whole body suffers from many defects and health problems, and therefore the health of the lungs must be preserved and not neglected. Here are the most important tips that you should follow to keep your lungs healthy. Number 1. Breathe deeply. As deep breathing helps improve and strengthen the capabilities and functions of the lungs, and therefore you must adhere to this daily. And take a deep breath by inhaling healthy air from the nose deeply, so that the abdomen begins to rise, then exhale from the mouth to the abdomen again. This helps in getting more oxygen into the body, and leads to a feeling of relaxation as well. Also, steam inhalation containing eucalyptus oil helps maintain healthy lungs. Number 2. Stay away from polluted air sources, which increases in crowded places that contain many cars, as a result of the exhaust that they emit. Also, being in close proximity to factories that emit severe fumes puts the lungs at risk. In the event of a dusty wind, it is preferable not to leave the house until it is over, and this applies to adults and children. It is recommended to use a nose and mouth mask in case you have to be in a crowded place or that contains smoke, dust, and exhaust. Number 3. Avoid using chemicals as much as possible, as it causes many health problems for the lungs, such as the detergents that women use in the home, pesticides, air fresheners, bleaches, and other materials. These substances clean and disinfect the home, but they often cause many diseases in the chest and lungs, and they can even result in cancer. To reduce the risks of cleaning supplies, the following is recommended. Ventilate the house well during and after use, to help get these odors out of the closed place. Use small quantities of these materials, according to the permissible amounts applied on the package. Not to mix several types together, because doing this leads to the production of dangerous types of fumes and inhaling them causes lung disease. Putting the muzzle on the face while using these materials, to ensure there are fewer chances of these pollutants being transferred to the lungs and body. Number 4. Maintaining clean hands and disinfection. By washing them well with water and medical soap more than once a day, especially before eating. This is because by hands, many types of bacteria and germs can be transmitted and spread to the respiratory system, causing many diseases such as influenza and colds. To ensure that the hands are washed well, they must be rubbed with medicated soap for 20 seconds and then rinsed with water after that. It is also recommended to have hand sanitizer with you wherever you go to use it in case they are exposed to any external contamination and it is difficult to wash them at this time. Number 5. Eat important healthy foods. As it has a major role in maintaining the health of the lungs, a group of foods work to cleanse the fish. It contains omega-3 fatty acid that is very beneficial for lung health, and salmon is an ideal fish for lung health, because it contains antioxidants that reduce the chances of developing chest allergies. Some fruits, such as apples, apricots, and pineapples, because they contain vitamins and compounds that maintain the integrity of the airways and protect the lungs from external infection. Some vegetables such as broccoli, carrots, green beans, and leafy vegetables, as these vegetables reduce the incidence of lung disorders and help in strengthening them and protecting them from many diseases. And the most prominent of these foods are drinking water in large quantities, one of the most important ways to preserve the health of the lungs, because the more dry the lungs, the more likely it is to be exposed to infections, and the water clears the body of toxins that expose it to many health problems. Eating herbs and drinking warm fluids helps reduce common respiratory problems, as well as soothe the tissues of the lungs. Number 6. Do some exercise. There are exercises that help in strengthening the tissues surrounding the lungs, and thus their function well, namely, daily walk. It is recommended to walk for at least 20 minutes a day, while breathing deeply, as we mentioned earlier, as this ensures the strengthening of the lungs, especially for people who are more prone to lung and respiratory problems. And correct walking must be practiced by raising the head and shoulders so that the body is slim. This prevents the rib cage from contracting during walking. Push up. It is not required to be in its difficult form, as it can be diluted to suit different people and ages, as this exercise helps improve lung function by increasing their size. It is preferable to do deep breathing while lifting the body, while slowly lowering the body in conjunction with exhalation, and repeat this exercise several times a day according to your ability. Each time you do this exercise, it will help open the rib cage and increase the size and strengthen the lungs. Number 7. Being in the middle of nature. This allows you to breathe fresh air, get more oxygen, and cleanse the lungs from polluted air. And if you get the opportunity to grow plants in a suitable area of the house, do so to improve the quality of the air around you. Plant. Number 8. Get relaxation sessions. It helps regulate the body's breathing process and cleanse it of toxins. And it is recommended to expose the body to water vapor, which helps secretion of sweat through the sauna, as it is one of the important things that ensure the health of the lungs. Also help remove chemical fumes in the place, thus reducing their risks.